So what is theology, and is everyone a theologian? Well, the second question is answered by really how we're defining theology. The word theology comes from the Greek word, or the combination of Greek word theos, which is God, and logos, which many have understood to be the word. And so it develops into a word in Latin that leads us to understand the word theology. And literally, the definition of theology is the study of God. So if you're defining theology as a study of God, well, then not everyone's a theologian. Not everyone takes the time to study the God, depending on what religion you're holding to, or the triune God of Christianity. However, I do think that anyone who studies God has the capacity to be a theologian. I love my wife. She is phenomenal. She does not have degrees in master's or PhD when it comes to theology. And yet my wife studies Scripture. And she studies the God of that Scripture. And what's really cool about that is even though she doesn't have the degrees, there have been things because of her study and love for God that she has taught me. And it has been phenomenal. I can actually give you a couple examples, but we don't have time for that. So I would say, no, not everyone is a theologian. However, everyone who takes the time to study God has the capacity to. And we all have to have a level of humility when it comes to their study of theology, because let's admit, we could be wrong about some things. And one of the things I love about God is that he has overcome bad theology for 2,000 years. Now, we don't ever want to be intentional contributors to that as theologians, but we also need to extend ourselves some grace and mercy and recognize we're finite beings trying to comprehend an infinite God. And I am convinced, one of my seminary professors said, the most important thoughts you think are about God because they impact every aspect of your life. So here would be my challenge. Study God, become a theologian, discern what you believe and why, whether or not those beliefs correspond to reality, and be in discussion with other people who study the God of the universe. Because it not only has, is, but also will bring life to you and those around you, as long as those beliefs correspond to reality.